Last time on Dice Funk.
Alright, Rinaldo says, do you feel any different now that you've touched it?
Do I hear the sound still?
No. You discern that Marshmallow is still alive. Okay, Rinaldo, you kick in the door, and immediately you are confronted by a ghost.
Jane! It's me!
Jane is capable of telling you that Gorfanax is unstoppable.
Yeah, you're dead. How about some reasons now? Because you're about to be dragged away into, like, some kind of hell or something. So now would be a great time.
I was on the run. That's why I betrayed you, Rinaldo. Because I did not want my family finding out that I was still alive. Why are you so intent on saving me?
Because you're my friend.
Jane's ghost fades.
Anne reaches up, puts her hand on the side of Rinaldo's face, and uses her last spell slot to cure wounds, the burn mark on his face.
Nice.
Erlin catches the orb with as much care as he can possibly manage. Suddenly, it changes color.
Wait a minute, you just said that he has a laboratory in the city.
Yes.
Guys, that's where we need to go.
How many different poisons can you make for us?
Shit.
So you guys were on your way to the laboratory, or the laboratory, as some of you Americans would call it. And I should mention this too. I'm sorry, I when I listened to the last episode, I neglected to mention that Erlin confided in you that the laboratory is disguised as a property tax office. So he's giving you directions to it. Like, it's not just like, there's not a big neon sign hanging above the front door that's like Lord Erlin's secret Gorfanax lab or anything like that.
Right.
Although that'd be pretty baller.
Alright.
I mean, you know, it would kind of stand out, particularly because I don't think neon signs were that big in the Forgotten Realms. I mean, maybe like one or two for, like, you know, Elminster's Hoppin' Pad or whatever.
It's not much of a disguise, though, because what's more evil than the tax man, am I right?
True that.
Social commentary.
My god. Yeah. So anyway, Ronaldo goes there and I assume like everyone's following, so
Well, you guys you were on your way there.
yeah.
Yeah, you were following me, actually.
Right, because she has Urshan powers.
We're assaulting the final boss's dungeon, and of the three of us, the spellcaster doesn't have any spells, our rogue is severely underleveled, and our fighter has been thoroughly mangled.
No. I'm back to 49 hit points out of my 50. I'm ready. Y'all suck.
Listen, it is not my fault that you murdered my previous character.
I feel like it is.
It really is. It really is. It's the most your fault.
Most of your once per rest abilities have been used up, though, Ronaldo. Am I right?
No, I have one D10 left, so I got that going for me. But for the most part, he's raring to go. I mean,
I think Leon confused his feats with his hit dice, but whatever. It's not like we've been playing this for 30 hours. It's fine.
my what? I didn't hear what Johnny said. What did he say?
That you have most of your once per rest feats back.
No.
Your action surge and your healing wind. I think you get all that back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ready for stuff.
Ronaldo's the only one who is ready for this on paper.
Yeah.
If this is in fact the final boss, it may not go well.
If you didn't kill me, I would totally be ready.
It's okay. Ronaldo has like an idea. Just tell me when we get close there.
We can pretty much, jump right there if you want. Or I could just give you some like winding descriptions of a bunch of pointless city streets or something like that. Like, not like that would be filler or anything. I have pages and pages of this shit.
Dude, Johnny, you know how much I love your speech, but I kind of want to get to the boss fight for no other reason than to see us all die spectacularly.
Alright, we get there. Is there anyone else like in like relatively close range to us? Like, is anyone like milling around?
No, the streets are deserted for the most part. In between the military occupation that appears to be going on, as well as the disastrous amount of fire that keeps continually expanding around the city, it seems, people are pretty scarce.
Damn, I was hoping to get a posse. I keep trying to get a posse, and it keeps not happening.
So wait, the fire's still spreading? Like it's not...
The rain has kind of dampened it a little bit, but, I mean, the city's still burning.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
It's a bad scene. Okay, Ronaldo, I guess there's a front door. Ronaldo is planning on going inside. I was planning on trying to gather a posse.
I was planning on sneaking about and making sure that, I don't die this time. That was my plan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the climax. It's okay if you die.
We don't know that it is.
It could just be the the mini boss before the boss fight. So if we all die, nobody's gonna be able to face the boss, and that's just gonna be sad.
Yeah, this may just be like the front part of Lavos, like before you get inside and it's Chicken Boo. So, all right. So anyway, Ronaldo goes up to the front door and he kind of just listens inside first.
Okay, so first of all, you're kind of struck by how impressive a property tax office this is. I mean, you know that it's a secret laboratory, but it occurs to you that it's sort of like, wow, nobody suspected a thing here? It's in a well-to-do neighborhood, it's pretty lavishly decorated. It does not look like a municipal building at all. But you do notice, outside the building, that there's a number of security guards wearing stoner uniforms that appear to be dead.
Oh,
that's sad.
I go over to them, and then I loot them.
Back to our old habits, ain't we?
Leon?
Yeah.
Leon, you find chickenpox.
Ah. All right.
Like he actually gets chickenpox?
It's in his system now, but I mean, he won't present for at least a couple of days.
Oh, great.
Fine. All right.
See what happens when you loot things? You get chickenpox!
You're like, this is the only time it's ever gone wrong. Okay, Ronaldo, listens to the inside, like, he puts his ear to the door.
Roll perception.
Sure. 20! Credit it!
Nice.
By your observations,
mm-hmm.
It's pretty eerily quiet in there.
Okay, that's
my favorite kind of quiet.
Ronaldo goes in, but like slowly. He doesn't just like bust in the door because he realizes that this is important. So he actually tries to be stealthy this time.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does that mean you want to roll a stealth check?
No.
Let the rogue do it.
No, it's not going to work. For him to be that stealthy. I just mean he's not clamming around like a drunk elephant.
Yeah, either we're going to send her in as like an advanced stealth scout, or we're all just going to go in and just like deal with the consequences. There's not like any like weird heavy armor stealth gray area.
How about I stealth my way in so that y'all don't, stumble into something stupid?
I mean, no matter what you find, we're going in, so we might as well just
But,
go.
I don't want us to be like, if there's a bunch of guards at the end of the hallway waiting to shank us, I don't want us to run in to, like, a whole fuck ton of arrows, is what I'm saying.
Alright, if just role-playing this out, if Allana is asking to go in, Ronaldo sort of, like, bows, like, sort of, like, ceremoniously, and then points to the door. And then moves out of the way.
Alright, so I'm gonna make a stealth check to open the door and poke my head in to make sure that, like, nothing's going on, I guess. 22!
Yeah.
22. Alright.
Let's get all our good rolls out at the beginning.
Okay. 22. You managed to get the door open with, like, nary a problem. Not even a noise. Like, you've heard babies fart louder than the noise that you make getting this door open and sneaking inside. You get inside and find a couple more bodies in Stoneroot armor, as well as whomever it was that was masquerading as the tax assessor. He also appears to be dead.
Oh no, not Taxi.
I'm afraid so.
See if they have, like, names or badges attached to them to see who they were.
Johnny's like, they're dead guards.
They are dead guards.
Then, is there, like, a hallway or...
You do... No. There's not a hallway. At one end of the room, there is what looks to be an impressive security door, that is pretty much hanging off its hinges at some point in time. Something has smashed this door.
Can I tell what it is? Is it human?
You can't tell from looking at the door what it is that has smashed it. But what you can tell is that it appears to have been smashed from the room that you are standing in into the other room. So the damage was done from the side that you're standing on.
Okay.
They've got a Hulk.
I'm going to go up to the door and that's now like off its hinges and see if there's any activity in the next room.
You peer into the next room, which kind of presents itself as being an office. For a second there, it occurs to you that maybe they actually do property taxes in here, as well as evil research on the, eldritch being that is rising from underneath the city. And there are more corpses inside. Again, all dressed in Stone Root garb.
Tax season, am I right?
I'm going to go back out to Anne and Rinaldo, and I'm going to say, okay, so bunch of dead bodies.
You tell us. Okay. Were there burns? Did it look like they blew up the door, or was it just force?
It just looks like force, right, Johnny?
Yeah, just force. Somebody has smashed the shit out of that door.
Rinaldo goes inside.
You are confronted with the same scene. In fact, you're kind of amazed at how Jess managed to describe it in a way that you exactly imagined.
Okay, but I investigate. Like I look for papers and things that might be relevant to our quest.
The Lord told us how to get into the laboratory, right? He didn't just tell us what building is like. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, what did he say?
He said, through the office, there's a door near the back that looks as though it leads into, a back alley, like it looks like a way out, but it actually leads to a staircase that, goes upstairs. You go up the stairs, there's another doorway, and then there's an anteroom where most of the security happens, and then past the anteroom is the actual laboratory.
Oh my god.
The smash door was not part of his instructions. That's a separate thing?
No, the smash door is the door to the office, because he said, you go in the front door, there's the receiving area, and then there's a fake office behind it, there's a door that leads to the stairwell leads to the anteroom leads to the laboratory.
So do you guys want to investigate the room that's not part of the plan, or just say fuck it and go to the lab?
I want to investigate the rooms that I'm in right now, so I'm just rolling for investigation. And it is also a crit!
God, why are
Holy
you
shit.
using them all now?
Do I find anything interesting or relevant to our quest?
You're in the front room, right? The receiving area, as it were?
I'm looking in the rooms that are not, the alley door.
Yeah, he's looking in the office where someone broke into, because that's where the shit must be kept.
Okay. So you poke around in the office, but from every investigation that you can manage, every drawer, every filing cabinet, every little sheaf of paper file, if you didn't know any better, you would swear that this is really nothing more than a tax office.
Do I find anything valuable?
I don't know. How do you feel about T7s?
Not strong?
Or 27B/6s?
Okay. Are there, usually when I go to, our government building, there's, a flag. Is there a flag here with a pole?
No. There's a crest on the wall.
I feel like this is in olden times. This is the kind of times where if you had a deed to something, that just meant you owned it. So, are there any deeds that Rinaldo could scoop up and just be Lord Esquero?
They don't keep deeds at the tax office, Austin, because
fine.
then that would mean that the tax man owned the deed.
Maybe the tax man confiscated it.
All right, look.
I'm not sure you're familiar with exactly how land ownership went back in pseudo-medieval times, which was basically, if you had land, you were rich as fuck.
Basically.
Rinaldo is done searching if there's nothing relevant to our quest here, so he goes towards the alley door and tries to go, tries to follow the directions that Erlen told.
Okay. So there's this, little block on the wall that you kind of push surreptitiously, and your eyes light up a little bit, because even though it's not a secret passage because you were told about it beforehand, you're like, secret passage, because that's just the kind of guy you are.
Rinaldo says, that's two.
As we go into the the where we're going, I'm going to give butt touch 2.
The door swings open. Okay, butt touch for Leon. The door swings open, and at the bottom of the stairs, you were greeted by another corpse. But this time, the corpse is dressed in Akamorian armor.
Oh.
So it's that 85-1?
This guy at the bottom of the stairs, too, all the bodies that you passed so far look like they just got killed in kind of like a regular fight. You know, there's like knife wounds and bash wounds and like, you know, people got shivved. There's like a crossbow bolt or two, you know. But it's like, the dude's had a brawl, right? This Akamorian guard at the bottom of the stairs is fucked up.
Like
badly.
Okay.
Like limbs torn off, or...
No limbs torn off, but it kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies looking at it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Rinaldo has the Heebies, but he goes upstairs anyway.
He has the Heebie, so he Jeebies.
Right.
Proceeding up the stairwell, you're greeted by, once again, more stone root bodies. Still, a disparate difference in the way these bodies have been wounded to the one that you found at the bottom of the stairs. These guys all look like they were kind of like deliberately killed until they were dead. The guy at the bottom of the stairs looks like he was sort of savaged.
I'm gonna look at Rinaldo and I'm gonna be like, man, nobody likes your people, do they?
We're a mysterious lot.
This is like Fallout, where all this environmental storytelling is done through corpses.
All right. Rinaldo keeps going until he meets someone who's not a corpse.
Okay, so you proceed up the stairs to the door that Erlen said, "Look, this is it. It leads to the anteroom."
Okay. All right. I wanna listen. I wanna listen in before I just burst open this door because he said there might be other people.
No. Sorry, I am not done describing the door yet here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, please tell me about the door.
The door that you were confronted with that leads to the anteroom has also been smashed.
Oh.
Difference though, this one has been smashed from the other side out. So something was in the anteroom that smashed the door outwards. And it doesn't quite look like the smash of the other one. The first door looks like, you know, somebody picked a target, like where the bolt connects to the frame, and we're just like, we got to get this door off its hinges. This door looks like it's now like, you know, 4 mini doors. Imagine a door Voltron, okay?
Done.
This door is like a disconnected door Voltron.
Okay, in that case, Rinaldo just sort of like slides his way in while trying not to get splinters.
I feel like Johnny's trying to paint this picture where it's to like CSI reconstruct the events, the battle that went down here, but we're just like, yeah, a lot of things are broken and a lot of people are dead. Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like we're trying to, like, but if it broke out and then...
Yeah, there are 2 Hulks. There's an in Hulk and an out Hulk. And they've met
Yeah! I'm kind of like, how is this a thing?
And they met in the middle and they time copped.
Look, I rolled for investigation, I critted it, and found nothing. Rinaldo's done looking around. Now it's just clobbering time, so he's going in.
I'm okay with this. Like, this is just, you know, these details are in here because, yeah, there is something very specific that happened in this location. And I mean, you know, you may not be the only ones that are trying to figure this out. Listeners might be like, ooh, I wonder what happened.
I know. I'm surprised they aren't angrier with us because we've missed some really obvious clues, or in character at least. Out of character, I feel like we have a pretty good grip on what's going on, but whatever.
Yeah, well, it remains to be seen if we're actually right, though.
It's cool. I do not feel like my efforts are being wasted. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Hooray. We're chill. It's all right. All right, so Rinaldo heads into the anteroom. Weapons, shields, you know, like it looks sort of like a guard post, essentially. Like, this would be where the guys were stationed, I suppose, to make sure that nobody got to the secrets beyond. But The floor is littered with bodies. Like,
You're gonna say the floor is lava.
Yeah, I really thought that's where we were going.
the floor is littered with bodies. And like you can see that there are a number of stone root guys on the bottom. But then like on top of them
They're geological strata.
are a number of guys dressed in Akamorian garb.
It's
God, nobody likes your people.
it's a dead guard lasagna.
Can that be the name of the episode? Because I feel like that's perfect. Dead guard lasagna.
The point I'm trying to get at here is that whatever killed the stone root guards is not the same thing that killed the Akamorian soldiers.
Okay.
Yeah, so it seems like there's a super Hulk on one side, and then there's just regular badasses on the other
Yeah,
side.
I feel like what happened here is that, like, maybe the Akamorians killed the Stone Root Guards not knowing that there's a fucking Hulk behind the door.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Hulk came out and he hulked them.
Okay. In this anteroom, I want to roll for investigation just because we're in something that's not just a hallway.
Leon, if you roll another 20, I'm going to punch you through the internet.
Yeah, it's a 12.
Oh, good, it's a 12. Oh, look, we're back at 12s.
Okay, Leon, what do you want to know?
I'm basically looking around the room for any clues relevant to our quest. I don't know how to make it more specific than that. Rinaldo's just kind of poking around.
So you're well, I mean, Erlin was pretty specific in terms of that there wasn't going to be anything, specifically related to Gorfanax until you actually get to the laboratory.
Okay.
You get the impression that he's pretty careful, rigidly careful about not letting people mess around in this shit.
Okay. Good enough.
What you're finding here is basically just a clearing room that when somebody like Erlin or Lonigan were to walk in the room, there would be a contingent of guards that are like, "Oh, it's you. Walk this way."
Rinaldo puts his ear to the final laboratory door.
No.
Is it Hulk
I'm
down?
sorry. Oh, there's something special about this door too. I'm sorry.
No. This door has also been like just absolutely obliterated.
Okay.
What do you have against doors?
Yeah.
Like,
But looking at the door, you can tell that again it was obliterated from the other side.
I thought you were going to say it was obliterated from within itself, just to do the hat trick. But okay.
yeah, no, the Hulk came from in the lab.
And you can also see that this door is particularly heavily reinforced on the other side, and it didn't seem to make a lick of a difference.
I'm gonna turn to Ann and Rinaldo, and I'm literally gonna say, so, is this thing working for Gorfanax, or is it Gorfanax?
I don't know.
If it were Gorfanax, we'd be in a lot more trouble. Like, that's...
Well, no, what I'm saying is like, what if it's like, it's him, but it's not him, kind of, if that makes sense?
Nope, not even a little bit.
Okay, like, if it was, like, him, but he's not strong enough yet to start eating people, worlds, whatever.
Okay, Rinaldo, I'm a little confused right now. The door, what am I looking at? Like, I don't understand what you meant, Johnny.
It's smashed.
So I can just walk in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. You said it was reinforced, so I wasn't sure what was going
No,
on.
I just mean that like the door, like it's a heavy door.
He was just underlining how strong the Hulk is.
Got it.
Whatever got through it has some mustard in its sandwich, so to speak.
Okay.
Spicy, let's go.
Okay.
Spicy, let's go.
Ronaldo goes in.
Okay. So entering the laboratory proper, or at least as Erlin described it to you, again, you're confronted with a few corpses. There's only about 3 in stone root garb.
Oh, it's barely any.
Yeah, I know. It's not impressive. You're like,
Seen it.
go back to school, massacre. But you do notice that these stone root guards look like they were killed by the same thing that killed the Akamorian guards.
Yeah, this is where the rampage started.
Yeah, that sounds
Really unusual wounds and things like that. Like, the wounds are curving and kind of like tilt in strange ways. They're jagged, and they sink deeper, like to sharp precision as opposed to like tearing out. Like, you've seen a lot of knife wounds or sword wounds in your time, Leon, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay.
I mean, considering how many weird-ass daggers are in this campaign, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I'm like trying to piece it together, and I'm kind of like, I don't know what it is.
Rinaldo looks around the room. I want to roll for investigation again because he's not the kind of guy who like instantly knows everything about a laboratory. So all right, 14. Good, not great.
Decently thorough sift through the room. You do come to notice that there doesn't appear to be any way out. So, like, there doesn't look like there's any secret doors or secret passages or anything like that. No windows. Like, this is a terminus location in the building. This is the end. If you walk into this room, the only way that you're getting out is back through the way that you came. But there are some burns on the furniture, equipment, and books. Things have been singed a little bit. Mm-hmm. And you do see what looks like it's made to mock up like a doorway, but it's just like right in the wall. In fact, it kind of reminds you of something that you've seen before.
Yeah,
it's the teleportation archway from the dungeon under the school.
Okay, are there any like, I'm in a lab, are there any like beakers and like empty glasses and shit?
There are beakers and empty glasses and shit.
I take a beaker and I throw it at the fake door.
Okay. You throw it at the fake door.
Yo.
The beaker hits the wall,
mm-hmm.
and then kind of like lodges there for a second,
mm-hmm.
as if it gets stuck on something, and then falls to the ground and breaks.
Ooh. Okay.
There are some other things. There are some other things that you've found as well.
Okay.
You notice that there are some papers and diagrams and drawings, sketches, and things like that,
mm-hmm.
that have been purposely taken out of the shelves that hold them,
mm-hmm.
And placed on tables and like small notations that look like they were made recently. In fact, some of them even have like a little bit of blood on them, which you're pretty sure are like arcane symbols. The blood is fresh.
Okay.
And on these pieces of paper, and as well as a diagram on the ground, a sigil that has been painted on the ground with a substance that you're sure you want to know what it is, the image of the fang, the dagger that you found back at the school, is recurring pretty constantly.
Okay. Can I read like the words on the paper? Like, is it in a language I know?
What languages do you speak again?
Common and Gnomish.
No.
Okay, Rinaldo gives the papers to Anne and asks if this is abyssal.
Yeah, I speak Common, Halfling, Orc, Goblin, and Abyssal because that's how I fucking roll.
It is written in Abyssal.
Nailed it. Okay. Rinaldo asks Anne what it says.
It looks like a Taco Bell takeout menu.
Okay, Johnny, what does Anne see?
Anne, are you going to peruse the documents, or are you, I don't know, bored?
A cheesy gordita crunch, half off.
Oh my god.
What does it say, Johnny?
Okay. So a lot of them just appear to be research in terms of what the fang is constructed of, how old it is, energies surrounding it. Like there's notations on, like, is it sorcery? Is it wizardry? Is this some kind of like divine power? If it's divine, then why isn't there an actual like deity or worship or communication with the beast? What like there a lot of it's research notes, but the arcane symbols, the fresh notes and symbols on the paper, you recognize as being related somewhat to locator spells,
like find object, find person.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, stuff like It's a little bit like you get the impression that whoever's doing this spellcraft is creative. It's unconventional. There's like you can see that there are things like there's a mixture of like locate creature and locate object. You're sort of like, it's homebrew magic, and you're like, whoa, that's weird.
He did a remix.
And it seems as though that there's some of the stuff on the floor that you see, judging from some of the scorching patterns around the room, appears to be a focal point.
Okay. I as a ranger, I can learn like those spells, like they're in my wheelhouse. I don't have any of them prepared, but utilizing all these drawings and stuff, can I perform any of these spells like as a ritual? If I had like 10 minutes and some candles and stuff, can I actually do any of this? This isn't rules. Like, this is just me improvising in our fantasy world that we're constructing in our mind palace right now.
Yeah. I don't know that you would, because you're unsure how the reagent components play into it. Because it's a mixture of a couple of different spells, you're sort of like,
Yeah, I'm not trying to undertake the full brunt of this Harvard level magic, but like, could I, using these notes, maybe break off a little piece of find person?
Probably not, but you can definitely discern what it is that whomever was casting the spell was trying to do.
Okay.
Hit me with that then.
You're pretty damn sure 100% that they were trying to find the dagger.
Okay. The description on the diagram of the dagger. It just to double check. It is the dagger that Anne had, right? That's the one. Okay. I just want to make sure, because we always assume that, but never actually confirmed it with anyone. But now that it's on the paper, okay. All right.
So I mean, it does seem like Lonigan. That's his name? Yes. Lonigan would have teleported in, stabbed me in the face, and taken the dagger had I not left it. Yes? Does that seem like a fair assessment of what's going on here?
Rinaldo sort of shrugs.
Cool, thanks.
Rinaldo says, look, there's something going on with this fake door over here, and I feel like we need to, like, we're at a dead end, so this door may be something. So
Anne picks up a sword off one of the dead guards and tries to slowly stick it through the door because the beaker's stuck. But I want to do a little test here. I stick the sword in as if stabbing through the doorway.
Okay, hard, or are you like just sort of like sliding it in?
Slowly, and I would say erotically.
Oh my god,
Gross.
Can I get some bass, please?
How about just a little bit of.
Yeah, that's right.
Just some fucking Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, so you approach the door in the wall. The door in the wall. With sword in hand, kind of get the point lined up, and just kind of slowly start pushing it into the door.
Hey! Just the tip. Just the tip.
You ease it in, and then turn back and say to your companions, "Is that all right? Do you feel okay?
Is that doing anything for you?
Should I stop?"
Rinaldo looks like surprisingly embarrassed by what's happening. So he's like covering his eyes because he doesn't want to think of Anne this way. So
we've never really addressed it. Like, I know Rinaldo's pretty like blatantly bisexual, but I've just been playing Anne asexual. Yeah. Like it never even crosses her mind that anything is dirty.
No. Yeah, and yes, Rinaldo is like canonically bi. It just doesn't come up much.
The sword goes into the door and somewhere else.
You're not sure whether or not it goes somewhere else. As you slide the blade in, you're greeted with I'm gonna say, moist sound.
Ew.
Hot.
Like kind of a squishing.
Okay.
I should have wrapped it before I tapped it.
Rinaldo says, Anne, pull the sword out now to see if you can get it back, to see if it's safe.
I do.
Okay. You pull the sword out, and where the bricks were that you slid it in, it starts to bleed.
Ew.
The bricks are bleeding?
A split second later, one of the bricks at about head height for Rinaldo opens up an eye.
Oh, man.
This quest is gross.
I take a giant step back.
All right, Rinaldo says, "What up, I?" No, he does not.
My bad.
And I want to be clear too. It's not like a giant eye or anything like that. Like, it's sort of a regularly sized human eye.
Okay. Rinaldo sort of walks over to the eye door, and he says, "Hi."
The eye kind of like wildly casts its gaze around the entire room, like sort of as if it's trying to come to grips with where it is, what it's looking at. And when you speak to it, it suddenly locks onto you in a real, like, wide-eyed, almost, you're not sure whether or not it's afraid or bloodthirsty.
Okay. Rinaldo says, "Are you good or evil? Blink 1 for good and 2 for evil."
Another eye opens up at around Anne's head height.
Oh.
Same question to you, second eye.
Oh. Are the eyes the same color?
No.
Oh, okay. It's 2 different people in the door, I think.
Or brick mimics.
Okay. I'm just looking at the eye, and I'm like, you need to communicate with me here so I know what's going on. Are you trapped? Blink 1 for yes, 2 for no.
One of the bricks at around maybe stomach height or so begins to expand a little bit. Like, it looks like it's beginning to bulge some.
Oh, God.
Johnny, this is gross.
I've addressed it twice now, and it is purposefully not communicated with me through blinks. Am I getting that right?
Roll perception.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I have a butt touch, don't I?
If you don't, I can give you one.
Yeah, do it.
3.
All right, 10.
Average.
You don't see any ears.
Oh, okay. I write. Are there any pens? Are there any pens or paper?
Yeah, I mean, it's a laboratory.
Okay, I take out a piece of paper and take out a pen, and I write down, "Are you trapped?" ? Blink 1 for yes, 2 for no, and then I show the paper.
All right, so you grab a blueprint off of the shelf that's appearing to design something that you think is called Mountain Dew, and you're like, this'll never catch on.
Fuck all off. Fuck right off.
You tear a strip off it and write down on the other side, "Are you trapped?" and hold it up for the eye to read.
Mm-hmm.
As you do, the bulging brick bursts.
Ew.
I saw that coming.
Not in a projectile kind of fashion. Like, this is not something that you're going to get on your clothes. But the stone does kind of, like, peel away in an explosive fashion.
Oh, God.
Okay, the sword that I pulled out, it's like covered in yuck, right? But it's still whole?
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is disgusting. Do you want to just go home?
I feel like this is a clue.
I'm gonna look directly at Anne and go, "This is my home."
Oh yeah, sorry about the fire.
Rinaldo puts the paper up to the first eye that he saw, and it says, "Blink 1 for yes, 2 for no."
The burst brick, pardon me, not done describing here,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
deflates a little bit, as if, like, the pressure has kind of come off of it, and a bunch of, I'm just gonna go with biological matter to describe the stuff that kind of comes out, because it's a mixture. You're not sure if you're looking at, like, fluids or, like, maybe a little bit of bone, meat, muscle.
It's the grossest episode.
Like, it's real pleasant. But coated in all of this, you see a pretty thick-looking tendril.
Ew.
No.
Like, almost like a tentacle, except, no suckers.
A flagella, if you will.
A flagella.
I'm gonna make an Arcana check to see if I know what in the white hot blue fuck is going on.
I'm out of my element here. I'm not a magic user.
I'm just gonna roll it for it anyway, because there's like nothing that bad could happen from it. So I get a 10, so it doesn't matter. Never mind.
14 and 10, average and above average.
Oh, wow, I actually have +1, so hey, there you go.
Go for it.
You're the smartest, remember? Arcana is intelligence-based.
That's true. 12!
12. Okay.
None of you have seen or heard of any shit like this before ever in your entire lives.
And none of the eyes have made any attempt to answer Ronaldo's repeated queries.
Yeah, I keep trying to do it, but...
You've received no signal from them, but they are still fixated on you.
On me specifically, or on everyone?
The one at your head height is staring at you. The one at Anne's head height is staring at Anne.
Okay.
Anne holds out the tip of the sword near the tendril to see if it will attack it or how it reacts, if it's aggressive or violent.
The tendril begins to slowly sort of inflate, you want to say?
It becomes turgid, if you will.
Not turgid, because turgid implies that its shape stays generally the same. And it becomes firm.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, let him finish.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Johnny.
This is an expanding effect. Although at the same time, it does start to kind of maneuver itself in a prehensile kind of way.
Okay. Ronaldo does two things. First, he rolls up the piece of paper and then boops the eye like an owner smacking his dog on the nose, and then he runs out of the door, like out of the room. Like he wants to do two things and then very quickly and then just bolt the fuck out. In fact, if I can do sprint, which is apparently a thing, I want to do that.
I mean, yeah, we're not in combat or anything, so there's not any, we're not keeping track, but technically, yes.
Okay, I boop the eye to see if there's any reaction, and then I bolt, because this is bad. This thing is gonna grab us and, hentai us. So, let's just not be here when it happens.
Okay, you boop the eye.
Uh-huh. Any reaction?
And then, what looks like very, very thin teeth.
Oh my god!
Almost kind of like scales, that you would not have noticed before, on the tendril, go from lying flat against the surface to sticking up slightly, and you suddenly find yourself looking at a very sharp looking flagellate.
Run. I run and then I say run. Those are the two things I'm doing.
There's a guttural noise that comes from inside the burst rock.
Johnny, you don't understand. I'm already gone. I can't hear a guttural noise. I don't hear shit. No,
I mean this all happens within the split second of you of you whacking the eye.
Okay.
Leon's you don't understand. Ronaldo's in Atlanta. He caught a flight. He's gone.
Ronaldo starts running out of the room, throws a table over just for effect, and then bolts.
Yeah, I'm gonna run after him, and I'm gonna hold both my hands out in a Jesus Christ pose and shoot sacred flame from both of my hands as I run.
Yeah, I'm down with this. Let's burn it to hell.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run. I'm not even gonna do anything. I'm just gonna run.
Yeah, I realize we're destroying evidence, but fuck, we are out.
Are we running in the direction of the herb shop, or are we just running to wherever?
Gorfanax can have this city. It's gross. Fuck it.
Whatever Johnny says. I mean, Johnny, are we able to first burn and then get out of the entire building unmolested, or is there shit that's gonna happen?
This flagella is following you.
Okay. I say, Anne, burn behind you and just keep running. Actually, I put Anne on my shoulders because I can run faster than her, and she can burn.
We're like a Master Blaster turret.
Right. I just have Anne, burn behind me while I'm running. It looks really cool in my head, and yeah, that's what we do. We're burning and running and burning.
Anne runs jumps onto Ronaldo's back like a backpack, and then turns around and is shooting Sacred Flame behind him, so he has a booster rocket, a halfling booster rocket. Johnny did not prepare for that.
No.
No, I didn't really prepare for that. Okay, so you make it through the two doors that have been smashed from inwards. And looking behind Anne, as you're are you looking behind, sorry, or are you like just
Yeah, I'm clinging to Ronaldo's back with one hand and my legs, and my other hand is behind me. I'm looking back and just shooting a constant stream of flame behind me.
Okay. So you can see through the fire and brimstone, if you will, that the way in which the protuberance
Oh god, ew.
maneuvers its way through the doors, you're pretty sure you're getting a good look at what smashed them open from the inside.
Oh man, it's a good thing we escaped, huh? That guy's strong.
Yep.
You haven't escaped yet.
Yeah.
Wait, is it still following us? Like,
Yeah, that's what Johnny said anyway.
oh god.
You get through the anteroom and you get down the stairs.
Oh, good.
On the way, passing a bunch of absolutely, utterly savaged bodies that you think you now have a general idea about what may have happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you get down the stairs to the door that was smashed from the inside, and I like that word, the protuberance.
Yeah, it's a good word, Johnny. Congrats.
Kind of like stills at the top of the stairs. It pauses for a second, and then with another great, lovely squishy noise, about a dozen eyes all kind of like blink out of the end of it, and they kind of like all stare at you.
Oh god, stop. I hate everything about this episode.
We tried to be friends, you jerk.
Guys, if I'm not back next week, it's probably because I'm busy throwing up. Ugh, gross.
While the eyes are giving you the eyeball going down the stairs, you see some flesh kind of like slough off from the bottom of it, revealing just kind of like a cavity, like basically a hole in it, and with a terrible hissing kind of like ugly echo noise that sounds as though it's talking from a very, very, very long hallway away from you. You're pretty sure in the noise that issues forth from it that each one of you can hear your name.
Fuck.
Except for Anne.
Oh.
Anne does not hear her name. So Rinaldo and Allana.
Oh shit. We touched the orb! We touched the orb!
You hear it call out to you.
Okay.
In a very in a very phlegmy kind of like moist, like somebody's trying to talk with more than just a couple of tablespoons of pudding in their mouth.
Can I make a will save to not scream in sheer terror? I feel like that's necessary.
Yeah, I mean, if you want.
I just feel like as a character, I feel like this is like one of those things where I cannot figure out for the life of me like what's going on, and now this thing is calling my name and like crazy shit's happening right now, and I'm kind of like a little more than scared, and I would kind of like to go home, except I'm home and it's on fire.
Incidentally, I should ask, just for the case of reference, where is the orb right now? Because I know that you guys took it with you.
It's on me. I have it in a sack on my person.
Okay, it's in a sack?
On me, yeah.
All right. Okay.
I don't know if that's good enough. I guess that's good enough.
She rolled a 15 to not scream.
Yeah, I think, there's a little bit of mental scarring that goes on, and you're definitely going to have a dream about this tonight.
Oh god.
But it's not you're not a screaming gibbering wreck.
Oh,
Okay.
good. So I can still run. Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronaldo says, as we're leaving, Ronaldo says, Anne, keep burning. There's papers everywhere, set this whole place on fire on our way out.
Don't start another fire!
Rinaldo says, start another fire. Like, just burn it.
She has not stopped shooting a steady stream of flames since it grew teeth.
That's good. Then we're burning this place as we go out, and I run out the front door, and I do not stop running until I can no longer run. That is like, which is probably a good long way, because, Ronaldo's a hardy dude, but he's done, is what I'm trying to say.
So about a marathon later.
Yeah.
This is a nice relaxing break for Anne, who is just hanging off of him.
You get yourself a good long distance run in there, Leon.
Cool.
You're pretty sure that if there were a record, you probably just broke it.
All right.
But you get sufficiently far enough away from the tax office that you feel like you could probably take a break, catch a few breaths.
Okay, we do.
All right. Okay. That's there you go. Nothing untowards happens. There's a new plume of smoke on the horizon.
Ronaldo sits down for a second and lets Anne off. And I say, that really happened, right?
Yep.
We all saw that, the eyes and the tentacle, and
it calling my name. Yeah, I heard it.
Called my name too. And did it call your name?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, that's a thing we'll have to address later.
Is it? I feel like it's already been addressed, and that you two did a dumb thing, and now you're dumb.
Ronaldo touches the orb. Has it changed color, or has there been any difference in the orb?
Looking at it now, you see that it's more orange than yellow.
Okay. All right. Ronaldo puts it back in his sack. He briefly considers touching it on Anne's head, just so she's in this with all of us, but then decides against it.
How attached are you to your genitals?
Ronaldo could probably do it casually and trick Anne.
And then she would casually burn parts of you that you would prefer unburned.
All right, whatever. Ronaldo says the orb's orange. Don't know what that means. Maybe Lord Erlin does. Maybe we should go back to the herb shop. That's sort of our home base right now.
Yeah, let's go back to the herb shop and tell him what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, I really want to check on Silas, and the other place, but between the two,
we're running so low on time, guys.
I know.
In every sense.
All right, Ronaldo says, "All right, let's go back to the herb shop and tell Erlin what went down. We still haven't found Lanigan. We just found a new nightmare."
Freddy 5.
That was not Freddy 5, but okay.
So Allana once again becomes very useful in maneuvering you guys through the city very quickly to the herbalist shop. Great job, Allana.
Thanks.
You get back to the herbalist shop. You do the secret knock. You get in the door. All the guys who were hiding in the herbs are like, "Oh, it's you." And Erlin, who is looking, like he's on his feet now, and he's moving around with a little bit more confidence. You can tell the guy's still got a gaping knife wound in his back, but, he's got some color back in his face and looks like he's ready for breakfast. Comes out and says, "Did you find him?"
No. We found tax papers. Then we went in, and we went up the stairs, and we found a lot of bodies. From Akamoros and here. And then we found a door, but it wasn't a door. And eyes and tentacles came out. Well, maybe just one tentacle. We didn't stick around to see how many tentacles.
He says, wait.
Yo.
Tentacles from a door?
A fake door. It's basically just a wall. Some eyes were there. I tried talking to the eyes.
The bridge, he says.
Okay.
It's what we use to travel back and forth between the school.
Oh. So what's on the other end?
Usually only the school.
Oh, well, that's not what coming out of it. A big tentacle came out of it.
What else did you find?
A door broken in and a door broken out. And side note, we burned it down. All of it. We did keep a piece of paper that talked about Fang of Gorfanax.
And some locate spells written in Abyssal.
Yeah. So we have a little bit more information, but we needed to get out of there because it was saying my name.
Let me see those, he says, and motions for the papers with the symbols on them.
I think Anne has them.
Yeah, I show him.
Okay. So he sort of like, runs down the symbols and I'm presuming that you tell him about the thing that you found on the ground too?
Sure.
He says, "This is not good."
Really? 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 Really?
Austin.
No, you don't understand.
I was just gonna ask if he was stuck on really, because he kept saying it.
I was skipping.
Go ahead.
He's obviously trying to find the Fang.
Mm-hmm.
From what I can tell, it looks as though he's repurposed the bridge to take him to it. That might be complicated though, because kind of like the orb, the Fang is a part of it.
Oh, okay.
Ronaldo says, "Hey, Anne, you touched the Fang a lot, didn't you?"
Oh, I touched all over it.
Oh, okay. Just checking. And Ronaldo just lets that go.
Erlen says, "No, what I mean to say is that if he located the Fang and repurposed the bridge to take him to the Fang, and the Fang is a part of it, the bridge may have taken him to it."
Ooh, it teleported him to the meat dimension.
The suggestion, Erlen is suggesting here that Lonergan was using these spells to try and locate the Fang, and then use the bridge to take him to the Fang. But if the Fang is a part of Gorfanax, and the bridge took him to the Fang,
Then it took him there.
Lonergan may have gone somewhere else.
Yeah, to the meat dimension.
Wherever Gorfanax is. Ronaldo says, "We burned down that building though. Is the bridge gone now? Like or is it still like there, but I don't understand magic is what I'm trying to say."
Erlen says, "Listen, that entire building was almost crafted entirely out of stone. It's designed to be resistant to just about every disaster that you could possibly throw on it. You may have burned the furniture and the shelves and the paper and any bodies that might have been in there, but that building is still standing. You can rest assured of that."
Oh, fantastic.
All right.
Okay, yes. So now we have a teleportation to the meat dimension. I'm not sure how that helps us, because we will be, judging by the carnage in that building, we will be torn to bits the moment we attempt to enter it. So that is not helpful for us.
Is there a way to summon Lonergan to you?
He screws his eyes up and first says to Anne, "Yeah, I would stay as far away from that place as you possibly could from now on."
Done. Dunyan rings.
And then he turns to Allana and says, "There may be a way to do it, but Lonergan's very powerful.
And probably part Gorfanax right now. I feel like he teleported into the meat dimension and he's now become a Final Fantasy end boss amalgamation.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Does anybody know the lyrics to One Winged Angel? I'll cue up the fucking track. This is going down.
Okay. Ronaldo sort of he's like he gets like really exasperated about what's going on, because when there's something he doesn't understand, he gets frustrated, and he sort of just sits down and starts to rest and says, "So what do we do now?" To literally anyone in the room.
Erlen, help.
Well, we still need to find the Fang.
Those papers, I mean, and you don't know how to do it, but Erlen, do you know how we could use these papers to track down the Fang?
He looks at the diagrams and the notes and everything and says, it's possible that we could try and jerry-rig something.
Let's do that. That seems like a thing we can do. So long as it's nowhere near there, I'm good with it.
So we're just going to teleport to wherever the knife happens to be, yes?
Erlen says, "Whoa, we don't have to teleport there.
Yeah.
But we can definitely locate it.
I'm down with locating it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It'll take me a little while to prepare. I don't have any of my supplies here, of course, so..."
How much time do you need? The Rotswold gets burned down tomorrow.
You know, I was thinking about that. Lodigan, we had a deal with Lodigan, but I feel like that's off, isn't it? I mean, he can burn it down whenever he wants. It's not like he set a magical hourglass. We made a fake handshake deal on it. He's gonna burn it whether today, tomorrow, next week. He may have already burned it down. I feel like that's bullshit.
I don't know. I feel like in D&D is weird because it's protagonist, player, character centered. So I feel like there's more weight to the deal you make with the players, but maybe not. It's hard to tell how real that is.
That's fair,
Yeah.
but Rinaldo literally does not believe that anymore, and he just kind of slinks down into the corner and starts to rest.
How long will it take you to do the spell?
Erlen says, "I can send a couple of my men out to get the things I need. 2 hours, tops."
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Rinaldo takes a rest during this. I wanna get back as much stuff as I can. Is what I'm saying. Wait, I have my stuff. It's only a short rest, so I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind.
Okay, you guys are resting up?
Mm-hmm.
we already all healed up and stuff in preparation for a boss fight that didn't happen. So we're actually still basically healed.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, when does Anne get her magic spells back?
Only on a long rest.
Yeah, you need a full night, as it were, in order to come back with your spell slots.
All right. Rinaldo says, "How do I put this? How much of a time crunch are we on right now? Because we need to be ready to start smashing things.
What do you mean?
What? If we get we're running on no sleep. We're
It's the middle of the day. We slept last night. We're not that bad. It's fine.
I know. I'm speaking I'm almost out of character here. I want Anne to have her magic back in case we have a boss fight all of a sudden. We haven't had a fight in a while.
Well, it was literally 3 episodes ago when we killed those guards.
Right. That's a while.
So 2 hours. Why don't we just do 2 hours? See where he's gonna cast a spell. We'll find out where it is, and depending on it where it is, we'll decide. Because if it's in Rotswold, that's gonna take a while to travel there. We'll need to sleep anyway.
Right.
If it's next door, then we'll probably just go next door.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
We do that then.
So while you guys are preparing to gear up for rest and everything, Erlen wanders over to one of his guards and says, "Okay, I need you to run to the family stores, come back with," and he lists off a couple of things, some spell reagents, some bloodhound fur, a fork twig, a couple of bones, and special ink made from, I don't know, the tears of jilted lovers or something like that.
Sure.
Turns to the other guy and he's like, "Okay, I need you to clear a space in the back room." He looks at the herbalist, "If that's all right with you." The herbalist nods his head and says yes. And then he turns to the audience and says, "And you, I need you to tune in next week."
Next, time on Dice Funk.
Approaching the vat of McDonald's secret sauce, you guys are all vaguely reminded of the adventure that you had last week, and your stomachs turn.
I mean, it really didn't touch me. The tentacle didn't touch me. If it had, I don't think anything bad would have happened, but it's a good thing we're never going back. Right, guys? Right?
I really should have kept those Taco Bell menus. I'm really hungry.
I feel like that eye was winking at me, and that's why I really ran.
Because you're afraid of commitment.
Yep.
Deep down, Ronaldo's biggest enemy is intimacy.
As always, our theme song is A Fistful of Nickels, the overclocked remix arrangement of Shadow's theme from Final Fantasy VI. Executive producers for the month of April 2016 are Joseph Timbrello, Ingmar Gremin, Finch de Jong, James Bevan, Luke Powers, The Cult of Gorfanax, Michael Goodell, Wayne Witzke, Brent, Jason, Neil, Exley, Gary Sion, Dash Shawn the Rage Monster, Carl Kurtz, Eric Kimball, Harrison Andrew, Phoenix Mod, Jade, Tarka, Jorit, Anno Stulfar, Dylan, Giorgio Renna, Christopher Charlo, Cody Jackson, August Rue, and Taylor Hoyt. You can help support the show by subscribing to Renegade Cut on YouTube, by rating us on iTunes, by subscribing to us on Podbean, or commenting wherever you found this show. Or, if you want to support the show more directly, you can help out by visiting patreon.com/AustinYorsky for me, patreon.com/RenegadeCut for Leon, or patreon.com/RavenAllegria13 for Jess. If you want to support Johnny, clap your hands if you believe.